This is the Cash Considerations Podcast with three guys from Pittsburgh, Philly, and Boston talking sports. God help us all. This is the show. Take it away, Dave.
Welcome to the Cash Considerations Podcast. Today is Tuesday, November 30th. Man, oh man, it's a big day. We got so much going on. We're going to do some rehashing of some football, both college and pro. We're going to take a quick peek at the NBA. There's just some things going on. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, that's a hell of a lid right there. Warriors basketball. We'll talk about that very quickly, in and out. Then we're going to get right to the big segment that's taken over. Everyone's listening to this. We're cutting it. You can watch it on YouTube in the gun with the OTOSOP. If you don't know what that stands for, listen to the show. If you know, you know. With me today, the boys, okay? First, we have up in Boston, Batman. He is, Bill Belichick, disciple, this Patriot team. We're back, bitches. Carl Hascall, at Carl Hascall on the Twitter, coordinating producer, social media manager, email guy, cashconsidshow@gmail.com. CH, another W. How you feeling?
Oh man, how are you? How you doing? I'm feeling pretty good. We're back, bitches. We're back.
You're back. You better stay back. He's squeezing them tight today right now for the show. He's taking it for the team. So he's right here with us, and he's got to stay with us. But if you're watching on the YouTube at Cash Considerations, where you search it on the YouTube, the channel's there. Thank you for subscribing. We're almost at 400 subscribers, and the Wizards are doing an unbelievable job. So thank you again for watching the show, commenting as well. But if you miss CH, if he gets out of the square, Josh, if you're editing and stuff like this, if you don't see CH, he had to take a quick pit stop. He'll be back. The executive producer of the show, and also the co-host of the show, Dan Alexander. We call him Newbie. He's at Newbie Talks on the Twitter. His beard's coming back. You got to get on and watch this. This kid's, he's back. You want to talk CH? We're back, bitches. Newbie, what's up?
The thing that's absurd, though, like for the YouTube viewers, so this took a month to grow. This took 2 days. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. But I am glad to be back, bitches, and the shitbag Eagles also back to being bitches. So I'm ready to roll here today, Dave.
I don't even want to get to the SBEs before we got to the in the gun segment. They made the rundown, but God damn it, we all fell for it. The consensus pick. Damn it, I don't want to get there yet. All right. So what we're gonna do, the show at Cash Consid Show on the Twitter. Of course, my name is Dave Sharapan. I am Sportsbook Consigliere. It's at SportsBK Consig on the Twitter. Things are happening. A lot of things happening. Thank you again for watching, listening, following us. We're running polls on there. We're getting all these votes. People are chiming in. People like Bama's doing threads, and we're re-quote tweeting them. So, this is great. All of you listening to the show, SoCal DJ, I'm posting pics, tagging us. It's there. Shauno, always responding. Tabelli, Anthony. Seriously, I don't even know what you're doing, but keep doing what you're doing. You and Denise are killing it for us. Everyone else listening to the show, thank you. And even those of you who say you ain't listening and then you talking about that show and this, we thank you as well.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
Seriously, it's all good. All right, so we're going to do Layin and Takin. We're going to do In the Gun, OTSOP, take a minute and out. That's the plan. And our special guest today is from ESPN College Game Day. We went deep. We can't pick the games, this and that, so we got to go get an expert. He's Chris Fallica. We're going to bring him in right now. Okay, so before we get to the Layin or Takin portion of the Cash Considerations podcast, because we haven't been doing so great, we've been a little bit off here and there. The college picks have been, a little bit hit and miss. We're flipping coins sometimes. We don't know what we're doing. We just went to go get maybe, the foremost expert opinion in the college football world. No, I'm not talking about Stanford Steve. No, I'm not. I'm talking about Chris the Bear Fallica. You can find him on Twitter at Chris Fallica. That's 2 L's, ICA. He's the ESPN College Game Day analyst and also the host of aforementioned Stanford Steve and the Bear podcast. Bear, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. How the hell are you?
It's been, I'm well. It's been too long, and I'm looking at your backdrop of the lovely city of Pittsburgh, where my wife is from as well. So
yes.
She's a little in the minority though. She's you bring up Primantes and Peppies, and she's all about Peppies. So I don't want to create a debate between you and her. But yeah, whenever we go there, she's straight to Peppies and skips Primantes. She doesn't like all the fries and stuff on it.
Too much stuff. Yeah. Listen, there's a lot of shit on the sandwich. A lot of people don't like all that stuff. It's pretty damn good though. Oh, it's very good. And there's a lot of things working. I know you know food as well as you know football. So, I mean, there's no doubt about that. All right. So for people that either don't know you or don't listen to the show, I highly recommend you do. It's called Stanford Steve and the Bear. It's a podcast about college football. That's your specialty. You're going to be in Vegas this week. Is that what you just told me?
Well, believe it or not. Yeah. Coming into Vegas on Thursday afternoon. Kirk, Chris, and Holly will be on the call Friday night for the Pac-12 Championship game, which will determine who goes to the Rose Bowl. And then a great little quick trip out there, go see our friends down at South Point and maybe take a swing on by Circo. See, we'll get in as many of my friends as I can in like in a 36-hour trip. But I'll be back out there at the end of January for the NHC. But yeah, looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure I'll pop in and do a Gil show down on Beeson on Friday morning.
Wait. You just you buried the lead there. You'll be out in January for the NHC. Tell people what the NHC is, you horse degenerates.
Well, yes, horse degenerate, the National NTRA National Handicapping Championship, which you need to qualify during the course of the year. So I'm I guess it would have been 2020. I did not qualify. I was very disappointed, but I'm back. I'm back this year and looking forward to it. We had a good run in 2019, the last time I qualified, and we're looking forward to the. I guess what is it now? It's a 3-day event. You got Friday, Saturday in order to advance to Sunday, and then you make Sunday you cash. So hoping to put forth a good experience. Yeah, but we'll get out there Wednesday night. We'll play in the last chance, first chance qualifier on Thursday, boy. Friday, Saturday. Yeah, total degeneracy. It's Valley. It's beautiful. It's awesome.
We said it a few weeks ago on the show here when the Patriots were coming back. This is Carl's team up. He's up in Boston. Mm-hmm. We're back, bitches. Well, you're back.
Damn right I am.
You're damn right he's back in the NHC. So get ready for that. But before that, we got college football going on. First question. What the hell's going on with these college football coaches, Bear? What is going on?
It's freaking insane. Like at some point, like the economics, I don't know how they just don't completely collapse. It's almost like European soccer right now with these ridiculous contracts being paid. And look, I'm never going to say you're only worth what someone is going to pay you. The optics certainly look bad with Brian Kelly bolting Notre Dame with a team that isn't without a chance of making the college football playoff this year. And then probably the number one candidate to replace him is at Cincinnati and Luke Fickell. So if there's an opportunity, like if Notre Dame just says, hey, Luke, take it or leave it right now, what's he going to do? But yeah, the optics aren't good. The economics don't look good, but it really just goes to show like the laughability of the people. Oh, we don't have any money for the players. Like, there's always money. There's always a booster who's got deep pockets. There's always an oil well in Texas that Texas A&M can divvy up and boost the athletic program. The money is there, and this is what we were worrying about with players. Like, what would happen when a player decided to skip the college football playoff? Now you're having a head coach who, in theory, could be skipping the college football playoff. So, God bless them for being able to make whatever they can, but it certainly doesn't make you feel like warm and fuzzy about the sport.
No, it doesn't make you feel warm and fuzzy at all. In fact, it makes you want to get on a plane, and maybe we could ask Lincoln Riley because he's got used to the plane like unlimited, and we can just say, hey, where can we go? Speaking of planes, how do you travel when you come to the games? You and the boys, I've seen some of these videos, these behind the scene videos. It's fantastic. Tell the people how you travel.
Well, if college game day is at one spot in the morning, well, from Hartford, it's just a normal to and from home. It's just a normal commercial flight. But if we are at, say, for instance, last week when we were in Michigan for the Ohio State-Michigan game in the morning for college game day, and the ABC primetime game was in Stillwater for Oklahoma State. We get a nice little private jet, very comfortable, very enjoyable.
A lot of room for you.
Ann Arbor, Michigan, and Stillwater, Oklahoma, to just kind of kick back. We're able to watch the Ohio State Michigan game, grab a little bit of a quick little power nap, grab some lunch. You don't got to deal with TSA pre-check and going through a terminal. So it's certainly an added perk of unfortunately having to leave that Ohio State Michigan game at halftime last week. But to be able to travel like that, we're very lucky and fortunate that the company takes care of us like that.
Don't bullshit me, Bear. How cold was it at that?
It was, I'm not going to say the word.
You can say the word.
It was effing cold. Like standing on the set, like the set, like when I first got up off the set to go over to the little side segment there to do the college football playoff discussion, my quadriceps were frozen. And then when we got out on the field, at first it was just little flurries. And then I'm like, this is like legit snow. And it was, fortunately, it wasn't windy like it was on Friday night, because it was really windy on Friday night and the wind died down. But it would have been windy to go along with the cold. It would have been brutal. Fortunately, I hear we're going to be inside some fan fest area this week in Atlanta. So no outdoors this week, even though I think the weather's going to be nice down in Atlanta. So outdoors, I'm sure at the Meadowlands, or whatever we're calling the complex now, MetLife Stadium,
right?
Giant Stadium, whatever. It'll always be the Meadowlands to me. Growing up in the Northeast, for Army Navy next week, which is always one of my favorite shows of the year.
Right,
awesome game.
So this week, right, you were at that Ohio State Michigan. I mean, you want to talk about a great scene, a great game. It was incredible, right? Then you get on a private jet, you fly to Bedlam, and you get to watch that game.
Yep.
I'm not asking you to pick, but I mean, have you had a day like that? You saw two incredible football games that almost everything could have happened.
No, it's very rare we get to stay for a part of a game that then have to leave and do a game later that night. I can remember a couple of years ago, we did the Pac-12 championship game on Friday, the Utah-Oregon game, where Oregon won and pulled the upset and knocked Utah out, and then flew to Atlanta and stayed to watch Joe Burrow and LSU beat Georgia in the SEC championship. We've had some instances where we've had, I think we did a semifinal with Clemson and Ohio State one year in Phoenix, which was great, and then went and did a Rose Bowl the next. Like, we've had stuff like that, but not in one day like that. We've had instances where we've had a show in the morning. Like, I can remember in 2016, we did a show in Seattle where USC and Washington were playing. And then we had to fly to Iowa, and that was the day that Iowa, as a big underdog, upset Michigan. So we've been in like great spots, but not necessarily caught both games. But yeah, Saturday was one of those days. And I said it, if you're like a neutral college football fan, if you're one of these people who are just, we want different teams, Saturday was about as perfect of a situation as you could have gotten. You got Oklahoma knocked out, you got Ohio State knocked out, you got Clemson knocked out, and you were this close to getting Alabama completely knocked out.
Alabama should have been out. That was
I know. And here I am. I'm holding Alabama at plus 160 as a college football playoff. No. So like now I'm like in the position, like if Auburn would have won the game, I'm golden because it's a straight money line hedge. Play Alabama on the money line this week. It's easy. And I'm guaranteeing myself a ton of money. Now it's like, well, can Alabama make it if they lose? And like, do I wait?
Can they make it if they lose, Bear? Seriously, that's some bullshit. They can't.
I don't think they can. If you're telling me Cincinnati loses, Oklahoma State loses, Alabama loses, and you're dealing with a bunch of Michigan loses, you're dealing with a bunch of 2-loss teams, and you got to take one or two, then maybe they do take them, but I can't see it at all. So I'm going to wait and see. Maybe someone will still post a yes, no, and I'll figure out what I can what I can do from here. But I got a nice, good early price because I ultimately thought that Alabama was going to lose to Georgia, at least in the SEC championship game. But I did get I almost got it last week.
So, I mean, obviously, we're going to tell people you and Steve are going to record the show tomorrow, and you'll give your picks and stuff and that. So,
Yeah.
I don't want to bury you here with picks and stuff.
No, you're fine. We could talk about something.
But
I mean, one thing I do like, I think people are going to jump the gun a little bit with Michigan and Iowa, and I think people are going to really gravitate towards Iowa with Michigan coming off that big win over Ohio State in double digits. Like, Iowa's in this game because basically everyone in front of them just kind of dribbled down their leg, to be quite honest with you. Like, I mean, yes, Michigan has to bounce back off of the biggest win that they've had in years. But if they bring that defensive intensity, like, I don't know how Iowa's going to score. Like that's maybe it's a dead under game. But I'd feel pretty good about laying the points with Michigan, even though it is a pretty big number.
Team total Iowa under. Whatever it comes.
Yeah,
I think
that's
you'll
probably
see some
the best
books.
way to play it.
Yeah, that's the way to look at this thing, I think, because they get 2 field goals and a touchdown, most likely, at most. I don't think they score. If they score 2 touchdowns, they don't kick a field goal. 14 is the highest I think they can score. I would be shocked if they get more than that. The total in the game is 43.5. So if you do the math, I mean, I like Michigan too. I did you like them before the Ohio State game?
I played Michigan in the Ohio State game only because I was holding a CJ Stroud Heisman ticket at a nice number, and I figured taking Michigan plus the points was a little bit of a way to kind of hedge a little bit against it, just to be safe. And who knows? I mean, maybe the Stroud ticket still could be live if Alabama gets beat and Bryce Young doesn't look good. Like, someone was asking me before, is Stroud still a good play to win the Heisman? And I'm like, this is a market that I want nothing to do with. Yeah. Like, seriously, at this point, like, you're just going to be chasing money with bad money and just bad prices. Like, I made 2 Heisman bets until I bet Stroud. I played before the year. I played Trevon Henderson, the Ohio State running back, at like 65-1.
Okay.
And then right after the Texas game, I got it on Caleb Williams at Oklahoma at like 55-60-1. Right. And I played Stroud at like plus 550 or 600 or something like that at some point, just because I could see the path down the road that Walker was going to lose, Alabama was going to lose, and who was going to be the favorite. So I figured I'd get ahead of the train, and I did. They just happened to lose on Saturday and kind of screw things up.
It's still like, we only got a week left of games. We don't know who's going to win.
No, seriously, if you're honestly saying like who the best player in the country is, it's probably Will Anderson in Alabama, but not enough people are going to vote for a defensive guy. And I've always said this too about how Heisman voting, it rarely goes to the best player in the country, because people see big number stats. They want to vote for a quarterback or a running back on one of the top 4 teams in the country. And now the top 4 teams in the country, they don't really have a quarterback or a running back they can vote for. So like, they're stuck and they have no idea what the hell to do.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Boys, I'm going to throw it to you. Hit the bear each with a question. CH, what do you got for the bear here?
Well, I really want to ask the question that Newbie's going to ask, so I'm going to let him ask it because I know where he's going to go. But my question is going my question is going to be, I'm reading your bio on from the press room, right? And it says you started your ESPN career as a PA/tape operator in 1995 for ESPN Radio. Did you imagine 25 years ago when you were doing that you'd be jetting all over the country in a private jet?
Hell no. Not you always hope and dream. And I can remember when the person from research came over to talk to people, like, hey, I heard word got around, like, this kid's a college football savant type of deal, that the college game day position for research was going to open up. And it was like, you got to be kidding me. And then it was funny. I even said this a couple of years ago when I was working the Final Four with Dick Vitale, sitting courtside with Sean McDonough as well. After the game, Sean and I fly to Augusta to work the Masters, and I'm sitting at the Masters, and I'm saying to myself, if I could go back and tell like 17-year-old Chris Fallica that, oh yeah, 25, 30 years from now, you're going to be sitting working the Final Four at courtside with Dick Vitale, getting in a plane with Sean McDonough, who at the time it still is one of the best play-by-play voices around, and then you're going to be going to the Masters and sitting next to Curtis Strange and Scott Van Pelt and Andy North. Like, are you serious? like, is that real? I mean, so like, it really is just one of those kind of like ultimate dreams. Like I could never have imagined that something that you really would love to have thought you could do, that you're actually sitting here doing it.
Yeah, and it doesn't just happen. I mean, that has to do with the years of work that you put in, the grinding that you had. So it's not just like it fell into your lap. Right. See, these guys get to do all the heavy lifting, so I get to ask the question that everybody really wants to know. And it's, you've been to all these college towns. You've been here, there, and everywhere. So I'm wondering, is there any college town that stands out to you cuisine-wise as the best food or the best single food item that you've had in any of these college towns? Because, I mean, there are all these late-night eats, man.
The best place, the number one place that I love to go in terms of a college town is the Smoking Pig Barbecue in Pendleton, South Carolina. It is, people talk about Dreamland and other places for barbecue. Smoking Pig, just outside Clemson, South Carolina. You get yourself some chicken, you get yourself some sweet potato, twice stuffed baked potato, mashed potato. Oh, it's to die for. That's the one college spot. But if you're looking for one of my favorite, I think my favorite restaurant that I've been to and encountered on this little junket is in Atlanta. It's a place called Soto Soto. It's an Italian place that is. I mean, I've been to Italy a bunch, and the stuff that they serve there rivals it. Now, I'm very partial to Carbone out there, and I'm sure Gil will probably want to drag me there on Thursday night.
That's his place. He always wants to go there.
Soto Soto in Atlanta, if you get there, is somewhere where you're going to want to check that out.
They fuel up the jet, man. We're all going. Soto, get some barbecue too in South Carolina.
Put it on the list. I mean, that sounds like a weekend trip. Maybe we could shoot down by. Hopefully, by then we'll be big time. We can go to the Masters and meet the Bear, and he can take us around.
Fly into it. Like you can fly into Atlanta and spend the night in Atlanta, grab dinner, then drive up for a Clemson game and stay in South Carolina. Grab yourself a little dinner at Smoking Pig, and you're good to go.
Book it.
I'm actually going to be in South Carolina for the whole month of January, and I just looked up how far it is from where I'm staying to the Smoking Pig. My wife doesn't know it yet, but she's in for a 3.5-hour ride for lunch.
So you're going to be east. You're not going to be upstate.
I love it. All right, before we let you go, so I was going to ask you about your journey, and hopefully we'll have you back when you have some more time. Maybe in the off season, we'll come on. We'll tell the whole story of how you got from New York down to Miami to go to college and go through that hurricane stuff and all that other. I mean, I love it. You were there, pretty good time and all that. But you got business.
Never saw him lose a home game.
What's that?
Never saw him lose a home game while I was there. It's right in the middle of the 58-game home winning streak.
Do you remember when they went to Penn State in the game of the century? I believe it was 1992. They were ranked 1 and Penn State was 2. It was It was 17-14 that year, and then the previous year, Miami had it held on late. I think it was like 26-20 one year in the Orange Bowl, where I think Penn State got in position late, and Miami barely held on. But I can remember that. I think it was 17-14. It might have been that game in '92.
Human database.
It came in we sold T-shirts. I know we sold T-shirts for the fraternity. I made a little bit of money. And then Miami won and kind of took the air out of the sales. Still angry about it.
The funny thing is, like, Penn State it's so funny, like, growing up, like, Penn State was my first college football love, because I have a lot of family in Eastern Pennsylvania, and they were obviously all Penn State fans and tickets and went there. So, like, being a kid from Long Island, like, we didn't have much college football to fall back on. So whenever I would go to their place, it was Penn State. And then it's just funny that 86 was the Fiesta Bowl game, and then the games that they wound up having in the early 90s, and then that game in 99, which was a pretty crazy game. The Shafi Fields catch there down at the Orange Bowl.
Yeah,
the wild game too.
That one. All right. So last question: are you really an Adele fan? Like,
I like her. I love her voice. I think she's got a great voice.
Man,
I am not embarrassed to say that I enjoyed that concert very much.
Love it.
And you sign off. You should definitely go, because I mean, I wouldn't have considered it, but I saw you put it out on the Twitter at Chris Fallica. You said you liked it. You would go. Wife, it was a good show. So
she is very, very funny. She's got a little potty mouth on her. Nice. Like in her show, like she gets Yeah,
Never guessed that.
the way she interacts with the crowd.
It's
Yeah,
like British people. That's like they do. They got the potty mouth. They let that
she,
stuff fly.
she's normal North London. Oh yeah, she's
She can let it fly.
and super talented.
I'm
actually hoping I can go when I'm out there for either the NHC or if I can get out there during March Madness. I'm hoping that might be able to be a play too.
Anything you need when you come out, you let me know. I'll pick you up at the airport if I have to, whatever. We go get something to eat. That'd be great. But he's Chris Fallica. It's at Chris Fallica on Twitter, ESPN College Game Day analyst, also host of the Stanford Steve and Bear podcast, which will drop tomorrow, you said?
It will. Yeah, at some point tomorrow on Wednesday afternoon, we'll knock it out.
Okay.
And then the column will be out on Thursday morning.
All right. Tell Steve that I said hello.
I will.
And that he still owes me a shirt. He'll know what.
No, we got to get a few more of those shirts made. They made such a small number thinking nobody would want them.
Yes.
And then I literally had to give mine away that I hadn't worn yet.
Shirt off his back. Yeah,
I literally gave the shirt back. Literally the shirt off my back that I had never worn because someone really wanted the shirt. I'm like, you know what? I can get another one. And ever since I haven't been able to get another one.
It's unbelievable. This is what happens, right? This is what happens when you do this stuff. Well, when we get the Cash Can Sid merch, you're going to get a shirt.
Perfect.
The first run, I think, is going to be nobody knows shit. I think that's what we're going to put on there with the logo.
You got to have that closing line value. What's it worth?
Oh, we're saving that for next time. He's out of here. That's Chris Fallica, the CLV. You can find him again at Chris Fallica on Twitter. Thanks again, man. We'll talk to you soon.
You got it.
Okay, that was Chris Fallica, the Bear. Little bit of talk about college football. We're going to get to the Layin or Takin here 1 second. Before we do, I got to mention the Book It Sports app. If you love the sports bet, listen up. The Book It Sports app is here to help make your sports betting experience a breeze. Whether you're looking to talk shop, purchase picks, or simply need an app to keep track of all of your action, Book It Sports is the app for you. In sports betting, transparency is key, and with the all-new Book It Sports betting score, you can easily separate the contenders from the pretenders. What are you waiting for? Download Book It Sports today for free in the Google Play and Apple app stores and prove to your friends why you're the better better. All right, better, CLV, all this other stuff. We're going to get to the Layin or Takin in 1 second. I just got to mention the NBA because tonight there's a matchup. When you listen to the show, it'll probably be over already. But Phoenix is -2, 2.5. Well, for the purpose of the show right now, we'll use 2. 16-game winning streak at home, laying points to the team with the best record of the NBA, the team on my hat, the Golden State Warriors. Quick, Layin or Takin, NBA segment of the show, CH, you Layin or Takin in this game?
Golden State.
Golden State?
Golden State.
You want the 2?
Money line.
Money line. Newbie?
So Golden State's getting the points in this matchup?
Golden State's getting 2.
I'll lay it with the Suns, everybody and their grandmother on Golden State. Why
including
not?
CH.
Yeah, exactly.
My grandmother's not, though.
His grandmother, she's a huge Suns fan, I heard.
She don't bet the NBA.
But, yeah, I'll lay it just because, whenever it's a public play, my favorite thing to do is go contrarian.
Yep.
It hasn't worked for me very much this year, but, public's got to eat too.
Okay. I'll lay it. Phoenix wins today. They extend the winning streak, and then they play Golden State on Friday. They lose up in Golden State, and we get a preview of the Western Conference Finals, hopefully. That means that it's anybody but #anybody but the Lakers. That goes to that thing. We got #anybody but the Nets. Newbie, push the button because we know who's back home and who won.
You got it.
Yeah!
We're still dancing. We'll take wins any way we can freaking get them now, baby. Them Sixers are back. I actually found like a remix of this song. I got to show it to you guys because it bumps.
Oh!
Gets me all kinds of jacked up. But the homestand is back. Man, they got to figure something out, though. The Sixers do. The Simmons saga clearly starting to weigh on these guys. Fatigue weighing in. When you're barely beating the Magic, you need some magic to beat the Magic. It ain't good. But we still play the song because we're contractually obligated to.
Absolutely. All right, that's the NBA portion of the show. Let's get right to the Layin or Takin. 4 college football games. Me and B. Howe are going to break them all down tomorrow on 8 in the Box. That's another Cash Considerations production. He's Brad Howell07 on the Twitter. You need to follow him as well. We'll get to all the deep stuff there. I don't know how deep it gets. I mean, he goes deep in the weeds, and then I talk, and then we have a show. It's like 40, 45 minutes, and it's another good listen. Right here, for the purpose of this show, we do 4 games, Layin or Takin, and I'm going to throw a curveball at you because I just found out that Fallica is going to be at the game here in Vegas, so we're going to have to throw in the Pac-12 championship game. So that'll be the wild card. First game, Big 12 championship, Oklahoma State -5.5 against Baylor. I'll go first. Feels like a lot of people are liking the Baylor Bears. It makes a lot of sense coming off that crazy Bedlam game. Baylor just chugging along, keep the game close. Can possibly win. Yes, they will. I'll lay it. Newbie, what say you?
You laid out the perfect case to not take the points with Baylor, and I'm going to take the points with Baylor because I don't think I picked one Baylor game right this year. So let's go for the clean sweep. Baylor getting the points.
CH, what you got?
Oh, man, that makes me nervous. Baylor was very good to me this March, and I've actually been pretty good with the March with the Baylor picks so far this season. So Newbie just mushed it, but I'm sticking with it. I'm going with Baylor too.
All right. Second game, but really, the big game, the SEC championship, because it involves Georgia, number 1 in the country, unbeaten, all of this other stuff, -6.5 against Bama. I still, God damn it, I don't know how Bama got in that game. A great thread at Bama Mafia Picks, watching the game, tweeting about it to himself. It was unbelievable. It's laugh out loud funny. Go listen to it. He tells us every week on the show, Newbie. What does he tell us about our show here?
He says something about the length of the show, and I think people who listen know.
This is an over show, boys.
Always.
It's always an over show. You Layin or Takin Georgia and Bama 6.5.
I'm laying it with Georgia. I mean, you got to think, and I'm sure that all of us, for our notes for the show today, we all have mentioned check out Bama Mafia's thread because it was absolutely incredible. You got to be exhausted after multiple overtimes, after being a big favorite. I just think Georgia's the best team in college football. I think they prove it in the SEC championship game. I'll lay it with Georgia.
CH Layin or Takin?
I'm going to take Georgia playing the road game at home. I'm going to lay the points. Georgia, like Newbie just said, Georgia's the best team in the country. They're going to win this one.
Well, just for the purpose of the show, and I don't want to make it a consensus pick and then let Bama in, I'm going to pick Bama. I'm hoping they don't get in. But the way these things work. They're going to find a way to get Bama in. Bama's way in is to beat Georgia. +6.5, that'll be close enough. So I'll take the points. I don't want it to happen, but God damn it, I think it's going to happen. All right, next game, Big 10 championship. Michigan did it. We talked about it all week. We went on all the shows we could. We said it here. Michigan's live to win the game. +8.5 was a gift. They don't come along often, but that was a good play. They get Iowa, who Friday had to struggle to beat Nebraska. And then there's no chance they're going to get in. And then Whiskey loses the Paul Bunyan axe to the Minnesota Row Boat Gophers. And now they got to come up. We got to come up with a line. Like, wait a second. They're going to play Whiskey. It's -8, 8.5. Well, shit, what do we do? Make it 11. I don't know. Make it 11. And nobody's betting it yet. So it's 11. That's the spread. CH, your first. Oh, we got 10.5. 10.5 is the consensus line we're using for the show. Layin or Takin 10.5, Michigan, Iowa, Big 10.
I thought Iowa had been really good to me, so I went back and looked at some of my picks, and Iowa hasn't been very good to me. I'm taking Michigan, laying the points.
Well, we said to the Bear, he's go listen to the show again. It's the Stanford Steve and Bear podcast on ESPN. You can find that wherever you find podcasts. They're going to talk about all the games. He hinted at us that he's going to play Michigan. I'm with him. I don't think Iowa's going to score. I think they're really going to struggle to get double-digit points, 13 max. Michigan definitely gets 24, so I think we're good there. It's going to fall around the number. Lay it for me, Michigan. Newbie, what say you?
No, I think the Bear had the great take on this game, and I was looking the same way. I was going to be laying it with Michigan. So, I just think the line is clearly reflecting, it's supposed to be the letdown spot, and that's why they're begging you to take Iowa, giving them the doubles. I don't know. Credit to Harbaugh. Is this the year he kind of dispels all the myths and the shit talking about him? Time will tell, but I'll lay it with Michigan in this game.
I do a show every day on Sports Grid, Sirius XM 159 with one of the biggest Michigan fans I know, Gabriel Morency. And he said they better win this game against Iowa, and then they're on house money. Then they can go get killed.
They'll win the game.
If they lose, all of the shit that he just exercised, all those demons, beating Ohio State, they may not let him go home to Michigan if they lose to Iowa. Seriously, a lot of pressure. I can see Iowa covering.
Right?
Yeah, a little scary. ACC Championship, Pitt -3 against Wake Forest. Feels like a very, very, very public dog on Wake Forest to me. Everybody wants to see him win, wants to see him get there, all this other stuff. I feel like it's a little bit of a bargain laying the short number with Pitt. Little bit of bias, maybe not. I mean, it is nighttime in Pittsburgh behind me on every show that I do, but I think Pitt is going to score. Obviously, Wake Forest is going to score. The total is 72.5. The game's going over. It's going over, unless there's a torrential rainstorm or something, or some massive wind. Over. Pitt -3. I'm laying. Newbie, what say you?
Yeah, I'm on it too. I'm laying it with Pitt. I think, like you kind of said, is it going to be the public dog? Is it going to be the sharp side? Well, the thing was the sharp side and the public side, it ended up being BC last game in the Wake Forest game. Yeah, what happened there, though? I'm laying it with Pitt here. I think Pitt gets right for sure. Yeah,
Blewett's still recovering. At Mike Blewett, he was talking about BC, and we did the show on Sunday, me, him, and Dane, and I was like, "You recovered yet from that?" He's like, "Well, I just thought it would be more competitive." Well, so did everybody. Wake Forest is a good football team; they can win this game. So, 3 points is the odds makers telling you pick. I mean, really, we don't know. Nobody knows shit. CH, what say you? Layin or Takin? Pitt -3.
I feel like anytime I pick a game with a team from Pennsylvania and I pick that team from Pennsylvania, I get fucked. So I am against getting fucked in this game. I'm going to take Wake. I'm going to take the 3 points.
Yep. I don't blame you at all. That's makes perfect sense. All right. Last game, bonus pick. Because the Bear was here with us and he's going to be there Friday night. The plan is, boys, the girls aren't listening to the show too much, although they have been listening lately. They're really enjoying it. I'm going to try to take them to the game. I took Kylie to see Gonzaga and Duke. I took Jessica, Mrs. Consig, to see Gonzaga UCLA. They had fun. So big Friday night game, working some magic, trying to get into Allegiant to see the Pac-12 championship, Oregon, Utah -3. I'm laying. They beat them once. They're going to beat them again. I'm taking Utah. What do you got, Newbie? Laying or taking?
I got to take it. I fucking love the uniforms, man. And I'm picking it off of uniforms alone.
No question.
I also think it's always tough beating the team twice in 1 year. So I think that's an old coaching adage, whatever. It could be true. It could be not. I'm going with the sexy uniforms. Give me the Ducks.
Ducks quacking. What do you say, Carl?
It's tough because the last 2 weeks, I think last week I said Ducks fly together and I got that one right. And then 2 weeks ago I said, did you say Utes? And I got that one right. And now they're playing each other.
Right.
I'm going with the Utes.
Two Utes.
Two Utes.
2 Utes, 1 Duck, and hopefully nobody gets fucked. How about that? I don't know. We're rapping, we're rhyming. Who knows what's going on? That's Layin or Takin. That's the college portion of the show. We're moving, we're grooving. We got things happening. And now we got to go there. It's that place, Newbie. Take it away, sir. Where's Cousin Cooter at?
You want to know where Cousin Cooter's at? He's all up in your cooter now. It's in the most root to football segment this side of Mississippi. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hopefully, dear God, the intro is definitely better than the picks were for me last week. One of the worst weeks of the year. You guys are always, like teasing me on my, no pun intended, on my teaser legs. It's funny because I can't pick a game to save my life. I was 4-0 in the teaser legs I gave out on the show. Right. So I tell you, and I don't joke, I don't bet sides. I don't bet totals.
Yeah.
I bet teasers, and not just the wongable ones.
Wongable.
I think I have a little bit of an edge, and people tell you they're square, you're not going to win long-term doing it. It's the only way I've made any fucking money this NFL season. We were 2-1 on the unanimous picks, boys. Shocker. The lone loss. You never go unanimous on the shitbag Eagles.
Never again.
You never do it. And
you never pick them again either.
Might have to stay tuned here. I don't know. All right, so let's start with the early window here, boys. Let's start with Cincinnati, and I'm glad that you wrote Cincy instead of writing the Bengals.
I got you.
Having my back there. Did I get it?
You got it.
Let's go. It only took, we're over at 3/4 of the season, and I'm finally being able to say it right. I'm not going to attempt it. I'm going to take that one win, and I'm going to ride into the sunset. Cincinnati is laying the 3 points. They're taking on the Chargers. I never go first, so I'm going to go first. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one. I think the look-ahead line was 1.5, and I don't know if shellacking a dead Steelers team is that impressive to now make this line jump up a little bit. I'm going to take the Chargers, and Dave, your chance to get in shots when we talk about the shitbag Eagles is coming, my friend. What are you thinking in this game, though? 3-point favorites are the Bengals. Did I get it twice?
Bengals twice. That was well done, sir. Joe Burrow. Give me Joe Burrow. I'm laying. I think the early money moved it. I think we got to 3, and I cannot make heads or tails of the Chargers. When you're on them, they lose. When you're against them, they win. Another Jekyll and Hyde team. I don't want nothing to do with Cincinnati, like B-House says, and that's how I say it now, Cincinnati. They're legitimately, they can win a division. I don't think the Chargers get in their way. Lay it, Cincinnati.
And if you want to hear people say Cincinnati, even better, check out the 8 in the Box podcast with the aforementioned B-House. Solid-ass beard. CH, what do you think at LAC versus CIN? Where are you going?
Yeah, CIN all the way. I can't trust the LACs. I just can't trust them. Every time I pick against them, they win. Every time I pick them, they lose. It pained me to put this one on the list this week because I didn't want to pick it. But give me the Bengals.
I love it. And, you can thank me for my service on picking the Chargers. You know what I mean? Like, I got your guys back so that you can get your picks right. I do it for you. So Arizona's taking on Chicago, and they are on the road laying the chalk coming off the bye. 8-point favorites. After Nagy was dead, he's come back to life. Is he back to life, CH? I know you've been cashing on Arizona like crazy this season. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Nagy's not back, bitches. Let me tell you that. Arizona, this one, I think Arizona's had a week off. They had a couple of, Kyler's been out. I think he's playing this week, right? That's pretty much the consensus. He's going to play this week.
He tweeted out some picture of Thanos from.
Yeah.
And then I fully nerded out. I'm guessing that means that he's going to destroy half the universe. I don't know.
Yeah. I think Arizona's winning this one big. I'll lay the 8.
By a snap of the finger. The nerds are loving these references I'm dropping. Dave, you laying the 8 too?
I ain't taking the Bears. I told you guys on Thanksgiving I wasn't taking the Bears. I ain't taking the Bears then. I ain't taking the Bears now. Ain't enough. Got to be 10 for me to even be interested in the Bears. They're just not going to be able to score enough to keep up with Arizona. I don't know if Murray's playing or not, but Colt has been in there. You shoot it like this every time we come in the gun. Colt's working it as well. They got the time off. I'm worried about that, like going back to the cold and all that other shit. I mean, we got to know about the weather. Again, we're recording a little bit early, but there's nothing unless it says 10 that I'm taking the Bears. Lay it, Arizona.
You guys know I like the contrarian picks. You can't get much more contrarian than this. Give me the Bears plus the 8 points. Yes. But seriously, in all seriousness, I might play that side just because nobody is betting on that. You're going to get a better number at it probably. Although I will say the actual play, Arizona down to 2 in the teaser. I mean, right. And it's a low total. They are a road favorite. This is a wongable spot for you. Arizona taking on Chicago, tease them down. All right, boys, it's time to lambast me as the Philadelphia shitbags themselves are going right on back to the Meadowlands. My side actually comes in this game for OTOSOP. So I'm staying away from this one. I'm going to defer like the Bears. And CH looks like his tummy hurts after. Well, actually, I know his tummy hurts. so wait a second, Dave. Philadelphia Eagles are 6.5-point favorites after they shit the bed against the Giants. What's happening in this game, Dave? 6.5 the number.
Did you just defer? I'm going to defer to. I'm going to defer to CH. Can I do that right now? Can I defer to CH?
CH, Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Jets. He deferred. I deferred. What's
happening? I'd like to defer.
Oh, we're all deferring?
Isn't that what you're supposed to do right now? Who gets
Yeah,
the
I think
ball?
we're supposed to do it on the last game, but we can do it on this game.
We did, but we screwed it up, so we're trying to do it now. People didn't know until you just fucking told them.
The reason why we screwed it up is because we wanted to do it in true Nagy fashion. We couldn't
True.
actually do it when we were supposed to do it. Nagy's going to look damn good in the green and blue of the Irish next year.
What?
So
Oh my God, that would be unbelievable. The
imagine?
Irish fan base would blow if Nagy got the
lose.
job to go coach the Irish. That's too good.
CH, no deferring, though. The ball is now going your way. Philadelphia shitbags taking on the Jet shitbags. What do you do in this very just bag of shit game?
It is a bag of shit game. I hate this. Honestly, I hate a lot of these games. We got 7 games on here, and I think out of the 7 games, I think I hate 9 of them.
Yes.
I am so anti shitbags right now. Dave, you don't know this, but they kicked me out of my own survivor pool. This is the 13th year in a row I've run a survivor pool.
Yeah, too. When I picked them against the Raiders.
Yeah.
I've been shitbagged.
This is the 13th year I've run this pool. It's the 13th year I have not won this pool, and it's pissing me off, and it pisses me off even more that it was the goddamn, it's now the GD SBEs. Kick me out of the pool. I'm taking the Jets. I would lay the points with the Jets in this game. That's how pissed off I am with the Eagles.
Wow.
Reverse teaser. What's it doing? Teaser.
But I'll take the points.
This is a full-on disappointed dad right there. It's just like, I don't care what it is. I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed.
Disappointed.
I'm pretty fucking mad too. All right, Dave, what are you thinking in this game? Eagles laying on the road at the Meadowlands.
So for the purpose of the show, 6.5. Well, that's what the line opened is 7, and it's already gone to 6.5 because bad guys played it.
Jets, yeah.
Yeah, and they all are on the Jets. Road team wins a game outright, getting points, comes home getting points is one of those old school things that a longtime bookie told me when I was a little young kid hanging around. Mr. S was his name. He just passed away actually last week, and shout out to him and the family. But I know to take the points with the Jets. There's a lot of green going on in this game. Ain't going to be a lot of green of envy watching this SBE team. GD SBEs. A lot of letters. The message is correct. I'm taking the points with the Jets. Zach Wilson, are you kidding me? Yes, I am.
Yeah, well, we may have to add some letters, maybe a MF getting added in there, depending on what happens in this game. Time will tell. We move to the late window. We got Baltimore taking on Pittsburgh. Man, what a rough game for Pittsburgh this last week. It opened at 3, or actually it was sitting at 3. And by the time we started recording here on Tuesday evening, it's already up to 4.5. Everybody on Baltimore, whether they're sharp, they're square, they're a parallelogram. So with the line move, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, are you going on Pittsburgh? I'll let you go off. So I'll let you go last. I'm going to take the points with Pittsburgh. I mean, even with no TJ Watt, like what is Harbaugh best at? He's best at beating bad teams. But what's Tomlin best at? He's best at covering as an underdog. When the backs are up against the wall, Tomlin, it's his best spot, no matter who's his quarterback. I mean, he made it to the playoffs last year with Mason Rudolph throwing the ball 13-3-2 under Tomlin. That's 81.2% as a home underdog. I'll take the points, even though I don't like that even a little bit, CH. What are you thinking? I know by your incredulous look when I said Pittsburgh, you're on Baltimore.
Yep, all the way to 7. All the way to 7.
Boom. There it is. All the way to 7. Dave, all the way to 7 against the Steelers. 4.5 is the number we're grading it at. What do you think?
4.5. It's climbing.
It's climbing. It ain't getting no lower.
I almost fell for it last week.
TLB.
And avoided the Steelers. I think this team is done. I mean, just capital D. But this Ravens week is always different. It just feels different. It rings different. This is everything. Plus the Ravens offense, man. What did you watch that game against the Browns on Sunday night? It was terrible. Terrible football game. Stayed under. I think this thing stays under 44, 4.5. I can't believe I'm saying it. I got to take it. I got to take the points with the Steelers. It ain't personal. I just got to take it. I hate it.
just even like saying it, like your tummy
Hurts.
feels the way that CH's does today.
Yeah, don't
like
feel
even
good.
just saying it. All right, Las Vegas, Washington, and I'm throwing it right back your way, Dave. 2.5 is the line. The Raiders favorite.
Very nice.
2.5 points taking on the Washington. Doesn't sound as good. Dave, what are you thinking? 2.5 is the line. Where are you going?
Monday night team off of crazy, have to make it crazy at the end because they ain't got a kicker and all that other shit. The Raiders off that ridiculous Thanksgiving Day game, extra rest, short number at home. Seen it so many times, talking about like recognizing patterns and all this shit. The teams change, the players change, the situations are the same. Taking the Raiders minus the points, this might be the nail in the coffin for me, taking the GDLVRs, the goddamn Las Vegas Raiders. They got me at home against the Bengals. Now they're going to get me at home against the Washington football team, but I'm taking it, laying the points, Raiders minus 2.5.
You know, we might be an over show, but we're also an acronym show. We are a big time acronym show. You know,
we are an AS.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are an AS. That is ID.
Yes.
Indeed didn't work. Washington.
ASS. Can we make it an
we can find another S to put in there.
Yeah.
Fit in there somewhere.
We got AS. We got it all. But CH, who do you got? Las Vegas Raiders taking on Washington.
Yeah, Raiders with a lot of time off. Washington with a lot less time off. Give me the Raiders.
Yeah, love Washington in the teaser spot. I will say take them up to 8.5, but I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
Make it unanimous, which means cash those tickets on Washington. We were 2-1 last week, actually, and I actually like the Raiders in this spot. But if you get the 8.5, nice little middle there, that could be the way to look there. I think this game probably lands within a touchdown there. Time will tell. Sunday night football already there already, and it's 10 points. Doubles. Kansas City. We got some discount on them for a little bit. Ain't no more discount on Kansas City. 10-point home favorites against Denver. CH, what's happening in this game on Sunday Night Football?
They're going to stay within 10. It's starting to Kansas City's starting to worry me. It's starting to worry me. I was worried about Buffalo. Now I'm starting to worry about Kansas City. I think Denver can stay within 10, but they're not going to win this game. So give me the points.
Yeah, doubles is tough in the NFL. Apparently, according to the human database, Ralph Michaels, laying doubles actually isn't that tough in the NFL. It's been a pretty profitable endeavor, especially when you start getting to 12, 13.
Yep.
When people are saying it's too many points. Sorry, Trent, it's not too many points. Dave, what are you thinking in this game, Kansas City, Denver?
I don't know if you'll hear it. You'll probably hear it on some other shows, but Andy Reid's record off a bye is pretty damn good. It's going to be talked about, mentioned maybe 200, 300, 400 times between now and kickoff Sunday night. I'm laying it because Denver won the game last week. They get to go, and this is the time Kansas City is really going to get right. Denver ain't going to score enough points to cover the number. Not even that uncomfortable with it. Kansas City is coming. Kansas City laying 10 for me.
I'm on Denver with UCH, and I don't feel even a little bit good about it. I just think that they're better than people are giving them credit for. The wins that they're having, they're not fluky wins. Yeah. And if they don't lose to the Eagles, this line is probably a little bit shorter. So I do think you're getting a little bit of value here on Denver. I think you're getting the built into the line that, Andy Reid off of a bye. He doesn't care about, blowing out Denver, blowing out a division team. They just care about winning the game. Although I'm not feeling good about being on opposite ends of Dave, because Dave has been seeing the board, man. Like November, like this has been your month, man. You have been
pretty good.
I see you on all these shows. Everybody, talk about tout. You don't even got to tout your stuff because everybody else is doing it for you because you're nailing it. Man, I love it, but I don't love being on the opposite side. But I got Denver. That's a long-winded way of saying give me DB, Denver Broncos. Monday Night Football. This is the game, man. This is Buffalo against New England. Last week, I said it, and I believed it, that New England's game wasn't the game of the week, and it wasn't because they destroyed them. This is the game of the week, CH. I mean, I don't care if Manning Cast is on or not. I'm being in front of my TV Monday night when I'm getting back from Jamaica for Buffalo taking on New England. Already down to 2.5. It was 3 this morning, already down to 2.5 because people are hammering New England. I'll go first on this last one, guys. I mean, I'm sorry, CH. I have to go New England in this one. We've been getting all kinds of value on them because Belichick has just, how last season went. You're not getting these typical numbers that you're going to be seeing. And even on the road, you're giving them points. They're just so strong, man. I mean, 8-4 against the spread this season. And if you look at the margin of victory against the spread, they're exceeding these spreads on an average of almost 10 points, 9.4 points a game. They're blowing away the line, guys. I'm sorry, CH. I have to do it. New England plus the points. You can go last. Now you get that indigestion out. Dave's wearing the ooh, that's a good hat. What are you thinking in this game with the Patriot pat lid coming out, my man?
So these Patriots, man, like they are the team to beat me. They are the team to beat in the AFC. They're back. Like, and nobody's gonna want to go to Foxborough. I said it earlier on the show yesterday with Ben Stevens. Listen, it's hard enough to go to Buffalo and win. But if you have to pick right now to go to Buffalo in January or go to Foxborough in January, you're going to Buffalo. You don't want to go. You don't want to give this guy the home field again with the rookie quarterback and his nasty defense. Best defense maybe in football. It's for sure the best defense in the AFC. All of that being said, I'm not going to do it, CH. I love the hat, but I ain't picking them this week. I think Buffalo gets them this week, and then the setup job
they get the revenge game.
The Patriots monster kick their ass in Foxborough. But this one feels like that one where everybody wants them to win. I kind of do too, because I want to put the Buffalo stuff to bed. Very rarely do these divisional things sweep. Denver getting 10 points in a divisional game. Are you crazy? You're going to lay the favorite? I'm going to do it again here. Not crazy about it. It's kind of a setup job. Buffalo minus the short number.
No, I think that's a great point. And I wish I went after Dave because I would have probably broke my rule and flipped it because I think you lay it out there perfectly. Like, obviously, yeah, CH, you're going to want them to win this game here. But the way that Dave laid it out there, you have that little added motivation. You're able to have Belichick point up at the bulletin board and say, look at what happened to us on primetime football.
Oh, they're going to kill him.
We'll put that aside and we'll get the rematch ready to go for the playoffs. Monday Night Football, 3-point favorites, Buffalo Bills, your New England Patriots. You never bet the Patriots games, but you got to pick them on the Cash Consideration Show in the gun. Where you going in this one, brother?
So I've amended my not betting on the games this season. I have bet on the Patriots.
Over fist. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've been betting on the Patriots. Betting against them is hard. Picking against them is hard. I won't pick against them here. There are a couple of things here that worry me. Rookie quarterback, hostile environment, first Monday night game. Makes me a little bit nervous. However, this kid's pretty good, right? Mikey McCorkle is a pretty good quarterback. He's going to be around for a long time.
Saying it every time.
Yeah, I love it. Mikey McCorkle. I love it.
IYK.
That's right. The other thing too is he's just missing on some of these plays too. Like, I don't remember what his final line was the other day, but he missed Hunter Henry on 2 potential touchdown throws of 30 plus yards. That would have made the game that was a 26-point game, whatever the hell it was, an absolute blowout last week against Tennessee. I think they're going to this could be a tie. This is how I feel about this game. It could be very close. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do all day Monday because I'm going to be pacing all day long waiting. Yeah, I should just take the day off from work because I'm not going to get shit done. But
what are you thinking total wise, CH? It's 45.5.
I know.
Hard, right? Is this a low scoring game or the high scoring game?
It's down to 43.5 in some spots, Dave.
What?
Yeah.
This could be it could be 13-10. This game could be 13-10 or it could be 42-40. I have no fucking idea where this could land.
It's true.
Right? Both teams can score. Both teams can play defense. You have no idea. Or it could be, one team just clicks and the other doesn't. I have no idea. I'm staying away from the total, and I'm being a total homer, and I'm taking the Pats.
Nothing wrong with being a total homer, man.
No.
Nothing wrong with Miller.
Unless you're in Philadelphia.
Nothing.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? They got to me to the counter 1 or 2 times this year.
Yep.
All right, boys.
Me too.
It's time. Beautiful Cash Considerations listeners. It's time for One total, one side, and one prop. Woo-hoo! We got it all coordinated and everything, man. Woo! Love it.
Nice work.
So OTOSOP time, one of our favorite times of the week. It's one total, one side, one prop, and Dave is alluded to earlier in the show has been seeing the board all November long. He goes perfect. If you would have parlayed his picks last week, you would have had the nicest payout of the season, plus 1175. Ain't too bad of a Sunday, folks. CH does an awesome job tracking these picks all season long, and with Dave's huge win, it actually means that if you bet all of our OTOSOP bets individually and as three-way parlays, I'm not advocating that, but you would be up 4.28 units. That ain't too bad for not knowing no shit. How about that, gentlemen? CH nailed his side. He'll be going second. And for me, the 6-0 run came to a resounding end. I actually hit the reverse book it with Trent parlay. And if you faded all my picks last week, you were a perfect 3-0. So for old newbie, it's bounce back time. And CH, when you make your picks, you don't have to shy away. Do it what you got written down on the paper. Don't be thinking you don't want to steal anybody else's. You earned this, my man. And I earned bringing up the rear. Nice fucking picks, man. All right, Dave, you're up first. Hopefully you had enough time with the Fallica interview to get up there, find your props and shit. OTOSOPDS, your time.
Oh, man. So we had a lot going on today, and we're just kind of running around and getting Chris to get on the show and all these things. So I didn't do the deepest dive that I like to do.
It's okay.
But that's okay, because sometimes you just kind of, when you're feeling it, you're looking at the board, you're going, okay, here we go. So side-wise, couple candidates this early in the week, but nothing real exciting, solid where we could go other than, man, I can't do it. I was going to do the Steelers, and I can't do it. I just can't do it. I was going to do the Raiders, and I just can't do it. So my side is going to be the Bengals. It's going to be Cincinnati -3. All right. We're going to lay it. We're going to play it. They're playing for first place every week now. I think Burrow continues to roll.
Damn good.
In that game, we're going over. It's 50.5. So we're doing the same game. We did this last week and it worked. We had Washington football team and we had the under. Two good look aheads that were they were the right sides. I mean, and Russ almost cooked some bullshit into getting a tie, and then I had to sweat it and all that stuff, but it got there. Over Chargers, Bengals -3 side total. Prop, I would love if there was a prop on this game, but I can't find a prop on shit right now.
Well, what were you thinking?
Burrow over yardage. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what the number is.
What number would you be comfortable with?
Anywhere, it's probably going to be in the 260s, somewhere in that neighborhood, I'm guessing. Yeah. Might be a little bit higher. I'm hoping it's in the 260s, but they might make you lay like 280, somewhere like that. I think they throws for 300. This is one of those games. Like Teddy Bridgewater looked decent against the Chargers, and the Bengals at the Jungle score points. So we're going to go there. Well, we're also going to go, if you want to do a two-team parlay in the yardage props, the one I did find is Dak Prescott at the Saints, the Thursday night special. And again, don't want to be accused of giving out something and then you listen to the show late, but it worked out pretty goddamn well last week if you did it. Dak Prescott over 284.5.
Okay.
I don't know who's coming back, but apparently Taysom Hill is coming back for the Saints. Expect that thing to be a bit of back and forth. I don't think the Cowboys are going to be able to run the ball very much. All they do is pass. So he's going over to 284.5. But the Burrow number, what we can get, maybe follow along, post it on Twitter once it comes out. That's the real prop. So side is Bengals, total over, prop Burrow over his number, bonus prop if you want to parlay Dak Prescott Thursday night over 284.5. Back to you, sir.
So pretty much if it's anything under 300, play that Burrow over is what you're saying.
Yeah, 300 is the number I'm looking at, like him to get. So 299.5, if it's even that, that's a little high. It probably won't be that high. but just off the top of my head, I'm guessing it's anywhere. I'm hoping it's been the 260s. Ideally, it's probably 280 and a half, somewhere in that number.
From the props, and CH and I look at him probably way more than you do. I would expect that thing probably comes out around the 280 range, and then it starts getting bet up because I don't think anybody's playing that under. He is a terrific player, man. I love watching him play.
Awesome.
CHOTOSOPCH, your time.
So normally I write down all these extra picks because I don't want anybody to take my pick, and I want to have a backup pick for when it's time to make my pick. So this motherfucker just took my total pick.
Nice.
But you know what? I'm picking it too. I don't care what anybody says. I'm taking it too.
Whoa.
We're both taking the over.
We're back, bitches. Let's go.
When I'm picking over Tiddlywinks dropped at halftime, I think we can allow them
exactly
on the same side.
Exactly. So my total, Dave just hit on it. I'm going to go with the Chargers and the Bengals over as well. I like that number. My side, when Dave just said I was going to go with Pittsburgh, I went, oh Jesus, am I going to pick against them? No, I'm not. I am taking the Ravens though. I think this game is going to go. This isn't going to be pretty. I know it wasn't pretty last week. It's not going to be pretty again this week, Dave. Sorry. I'm taking the Ravens minus the 4.5. And then for my prop, I don't know if this is the total or a prop, but I'm taking it anyway because Newbie started bending the rules. And God damn it, it's our goddamn show. We can do whatever we want.
That's right.
I am going to go with a Newbie special that he went with a couple weeks ago. I'm taking the number 1 scoring offense versus the number 31 scoring defense. And I'm taking the Tampa Bay Bucks to be the highest scoring team on Sunday at plus 450.
Ooh,
nice.
I think they're going to score a lot of points. I don't remember what the number is. I think the number is like 55 is the over. I don't see Atlanta scoring more than
50 and a half.
Yeah, 50 and a half. I don't see Atlanta scoring 10 or 13 points in this game. So I'm feeling pretty good about, Tampa Bay being in the very high 30s and low 40s. Might be good enough. It is the favorite team to be the highest point total of the week, but I'll take the slight chalk there and go with Tampa Bay. So Ravens minus 4.5, Chargers, Cincinnati over 50.5, and Tampa Bay to be the highest scoring team on Sunday at plus 450.
Nice shot right there.
Like it. Nice.
If Gronk's in there, man, they're going to score. There's no doubt. They're different offense with Gronk in there.
Exactly. And I know everybody's oh, I would love it if it was Tampa Bay, New England, Super Bowl. Dude, I can't do that. I literally can't. CH would have an aneurysm, number 1.
Well, a Sunday night in week 4 is fine. But the last Sunday of the season, absolutely not.
And you would need to literally contract Adele to write a whole new song about it. You couldn't just play Hello from the Other Side. It would have to be like a whole entire new song that they would have to. That's for you, Bear. All right, boys, let's get rolling here. OTOSOPDA or DN or just N, whatever you call me. Let's go. Total, boys. I went traditional total last week, and I wasn't even a little bit close. But I'm going to go back to the well because there is one that I like, and it is as square as it comes. It's a primetime over. It's the over in that Patriots and Bills game. The number continues to tick down, 43.5, and I know the bad guys love the primetime unders. It's almost an automatic bet for them. But the Pats offense has exploded since they took the training wheels off of old Mikey McCorkle. I mean, he has the most yards per pass attempt in November, and that was after having the fewest yards per pass attempt. So clearly what Belichick was trying to do was have him get some completions, have him get some confidence, and then see what he had in the guy. I mean, he did it beautifully because this guy is looking legit. And I think that now they're averaging in their last 3 games 35 points per game. The Bills are second in the league with 29.6 points per game. I always lean to the under in divisional games, and I know it's square as hell, but I'm going over that total that keeps going down. Maybe there's some weather coming in Buffalo, so you might be even getting a better number, but all graded at 43.5 over Patriots. Bills for the side. CH, I'm sorry. The Eagles just shit the bed as 3.5 point favorites, and everyone is going to zigzag because of it. If the Eagles were that bad, wouldn't this line be lower against a team who's coming home after a big time win? They just won on the road and now they're the home team. Now they're getting 6.5 points. The Eagles are dead again. No, the Eagles get to go back to the same stadium they were just at, hop on the bus, exercise some demons. They'll be able to get the ball rolling on the ground against the 26th ranked rush defense. So they won't be asking Jalen Hurts to be throwing it all over the place. Giants came with a great game plan. And you know what? Credit to them. My side is the Eagles laying the 6.5 points. They win by a touchdown. They go into the bye and they get ready for their NFC East schedule. And you know, I've actually been pretty good on the Eagles games early in the year.
Yes.
Last week bit me. I bit I took the bait, but I'm laying the points with the Eagles this week, and it's not a homer pick. I really think that it's a good side. You're getting some value on there. If the Eagles won last week, you're looking at a higher number. I think the number reflects that. Last thing for me, guys, before we get to our take a minutes, is the prop. And I'm going back to the Eagles-Jets game. After having an amazing week of kicking the football, Jake Elliott didn't even attempt a field goal last week because every time they crossed into the opponent's side of the field, Hurts would throw a pick. So I think they're going to try and have a more concerted effort against a pretty bad defense of the Jets to be a little more careful with the ball. And I think they're going to take points when they can get them. So my prop is the Eagles to have the longest field goal made in the game. It's actually plus 125. And I think this is one of those cases where there's just too many lines to pay attention to have a right number on this game, because the Eagles are plus money. If you wanted to bet the Jets side of this prop, you would have to lay minus 135. And that's despite the fact that the Jets kicker, Matt Amendola, is 13 of 19 on the year versus Jake Elliott's 18 of 20. Now, if you're looking at kicks from distance, we're looking for a long field goal, right? Jake Elliott is 7 of 9. That would be impressive if he kicked more than he actually did. So he's 7 of 9 on field goals 40 yards or more. Amendola, 2 of 7 from 40 or longer. I think it's a mispriced prop. So give me the Eagles longest field goal of the game plus 125. Eagles 6.5 points, and over the squarest pick of the week, Bills Patriots 43.5. And gentlemen, that now does it for Ian. There's a lot of consternation of if In the Gun is its own segment, but OTOSOP is housed inside of In the Gun.
Yes.
But just for our video wizards, we cut them separately, save them a little bit of editing. But that is In the Gun. On, David. Back to you, my friend. ITG. BTY.
He made a 5-syllable word. That was unbelievable. Went deep, made the face. The beard is back, so it looks good. But man, it sounds even better. I love it. All right, that's all the football we can handle. We got one segment left. We're not going to go to Carl's Corner this week, but last week it was very controversial with all of the pie talk and all of the side dish talk. We hope you enjoyed it. We had a great time talking about it. I'm sure there's going to be some holiday visits to Carl's Corner where we're going to maybe discuss some other things down the line. Not today. Today, we got to get to it. The Take a Minute segment. Again, the boy has to get his throat back and all that stuff from Cooter. So we always go in this order. Now, this has been the staple. Throat lozenge for newbie. Put it in there. Let it chill. We're going to let CH Carl Hascall at Carl Hascall on the Twitter do his Take a Minute segment. He's the coordinating producer, the social media manager, the email guy, cashconsidshow@gmail.com. Thanks again for those listener questions. We got them. We're going to get to them. We're compiling a list for the merch. The merch is coming, boys. I got a meeting. I had a meeting. I got a lot of things happening. Hats, hoodies, and T-shirts. We got things happening. We'll get to that. CH, your Take a Minute segment starts in 3, 2, 1.
So it's not going to come from me. Two things. It's not going to come from me, but something hasn't happened on this show yet that's happened on everyone that I've been on. So it's up to you guys whether the streak ends or not, because I haven't done it. But as Dave just mentioned in my intro and in my intro at the beginning, I am the email guy, right? I am the one who manages the email box. And I'm kind of reaching out to some of you listeners because I want you to email me. the people that are listening in Phnom Penh and in Lower Saxony and in New South Wales and in Mexico City and in New Taipei and in Landstuhl, Rhineland-Pfalz, and all of our listeners in Australia, can you email me and let us know why you're listening? Because I'm really curious. I mean, right. I know it's an entertaining show. We have a lot of fun. Hopefully we entertain you. Are you not entertained? But I am really curious why the people in Australia and Phnom Penh and in Lower Saxony, I think Lower Saxony is in Australia, actually.
I think so.
And in New Taipei, I'm wondering why people there are listening. Maybe you're traveling and you listen at home and you just happen to be in that location. But I'm really curious why you're listening in all these other countries. So email the show at cashconsidshow@gmail.com. Reach out to me. I'm really curious why. And I'd love to hear from you. And that's my minute. Back to you, boys.
Excellent work. I was just compiling a list myself because the Wizards had asked. 77 countries and almost 4,000 different cities have listened to the show recently in 2021. It's amazing. I didn't even know there's 77 different countries. What are they listening to? Nobody knows shit. I mean, are they listening for me to say Tom Brady? Is that what they're trying to? Is that what they're listening for? Is that what they're doing? Is that because I said it? Like there it is. It's late. It was over. If you played the over on Tom Brady, you got it. But I mean, I got the top 10 list right now. Other than Vegas, we got Chicago, the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia, then Los Angeles, New York City, Columbus, Ohio. Thanks, brother Doug. Probably listening to the show, telling the boys, Rob and all of you guys listen to the show. Thank you. Then we're going up to Denver. Then, of course, we got the PA boys, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and San Diego, California. So all over the country, all over the place.
And I got two more I want to throw in there because they're creeping up the last few months here. Madison, Mississippi, and Kearney, Nebraska. I don't know how you guys are creeping up the list. It's probably what's that?
That's Cousin Cooter doing his.
I was going to say it's got to be Cousin Cooter's big old family down there, all listening.
Knocking on doors. He's been going door to door, mainly to tell people he's on different lists. But he's been knocking door to door and doing the work, doing God's work.
He's doing it. Well, it's time for him to do it one more time for the Take a Minute segment. Dan Alexander at Newbie Talks on the Twitter. The executive producer of the show and also the other co-host here on the show with me and CH. Your Take a Minute segment starts 3, 2, 1.
All right, I'm going to try and make this as brief as possible because I got to give some name by name shout outs and say thank you to each and every person who shared, who commented, who donated, especially for my Movember fundraiser, because this was the best year, guys, that I had in a landslide. Nice. So some thank yous in order to Sean, Trevor, my former athletic director, Bill, Noel, Anthony, Dan, Paul, James, some anonymous and some very generous anonymous supporters, I will say, one of which the subject line said,
"This is an over show, boys."
So I don't know who that was, but they were anonymous and very generous. Thank you to Carmine Bianco, the guys from Talking the Line, Riley and Colton. They had to pay up because of those 76ers, baby, beating the Bulls not once, but twice. Sorry, boys, but thanks for the donations. So JR, Claude, Johnny Detroit, Alvarez, Bubsy, our guy Jeff Dawson from ECSI, Kelly, my lovely mother, my brother Robert, Anthony, 2 times. Anthony with the 2-time donation, my uncle Dave, Francie getting in there, my former Scoutmaster Don Porter getting in there, Matt Perrault of Bostonian Verse the Book coming soon. Stay tuned for that drop as well. And of course, my guy CH for dedicating his Take a Minute to help me get some donations and also being another shining example of why I do this every year. I love you, man. Huge thanks to Dave for giving me the platform to get this much exposure and have the best fundraising year I've had. Without the help of you guys and everybody who donated, shared my posts, it just wouldn't have been possible to have my biggest year yet. Let's make next year's mustache even better. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every single one of you. I can't thank you enough. And let's hope that our money changes even one life. That's what it's all about. Thank you, Dave. That is my Take a Minute.
Is it closed? Is it done?
No, it's still open. It's still open.
Okay.
It's open until midnight on. So this is going to drop around 7 Eastern here, and it is open through midnight on the West Coast. So that would be 3 a.m. East Coast.
Okay. So
does this mean we're going to see the mustache again next year?
The mustache has to come back next year. And I think I'm actually going to cheat and start the month with the mustache. And I'm going to see if by the end I can get the ends curled up like Salvador Dali.
I'm in.
That's what I'm going for.
I'm in. I think I got to do it. I think we all have to do it. I mean, we might have to all do it.
All mustaches next month? I mean, next year?
I think we might have to. Put that in the notes.
Year yet.
Oh, yeah, we can make a contest out of it. Who's got the best mustache?
Yes.
You guys can compete for second place.
You're probably right. There's no doubt you're the sneaky favorite. I'm sure back in the 70s and when we were young, you saw some mustaches, and then in the 90s when it was time, when everybody was kind of doing, you could probably grow a nice little CH porno mustache. Pretty sweet. I'm guessing he got it. So he's the favorite. Mine's comes in, but it's all different colors. It looks like shit. Anyhow, yeah. All right. Excellent work. Follow you on Twitter. Post it one more time. Maybe we'll retweet it today.
Thanks,
we'll get it out, and then we'll maybe get some late donations as well. It's a great cause and it's a great thing. Excellent work.
Thank you.
All right. My Take a Minute segment starts right now. Every single show I start out with today is, and today is November 30th. November 30th was my dad's birthday. Big E, 11:30. And it was always, for years, since he's been gone 8 years now, a very melancholy day for me. I used to get kind of fucked up the day before thinking about, man, I wonder where he is. I wonder what he's doing. And I wish I could talk to him. And then last year I had the stroke in September, and he came to me and we had that moment of clarity where he told me, stop fucking worrying. I mean, exactly what he said. And it sounded just like that. And we had that special moment. So last year on the 30th of November, I felt a different way than I have felt since he's been gone. It was always a special day because he was such a low key guy. Like, don't give me no presents. I'm good. Just let's all go out to dinner. And one of the traditions that we've incorporated here at the Consig House up in the Hamptons is that when it's somebody's birthday in the house, you get to pick where you want to go to dinner, and we all go to dinner. So I woke up today and I was like, 11:30. Oh, Big E, what's up? And I've been in such a good mood all day. And it's amazing that how things can change if you just change the way you think about certain things. And now 11:30 is such a proud day for me, and a day that I want to share about my dad and who I've become all this time trying to figure it out and try to see where we're going to go. And now I get to have a show with two brothers and these two guys where I get to talk to all of you listening all over the world. I mean, it's incredible. And I get to talk about my dad on his birthday. So special day. He had a zillion sayings. I called him Elliotisms. His name was Elliot Sharapan. I called him Big E. And for, literally 40 years of my life, I was Elliot's kid. And now, as we got a little bit older, he used to say, well, now I'm Dave's dad, well, now I'm proud to say I'm still Elliot's kid. And, it's a special day. He used to have all these sayings, like I said, and one of them, I think, was nobody knows shit, because I keep saying it and I keep hearing people say it now back to me. I went to the Westgate on Sunday, ran into somebody who listens to the show and follows us on Twitter. And he said, hey man, what do you think about the Rams-Packers game? Nobody knows shit, huh? I was like, it's happening, boys. It's happening all over. So take it for what it's worth. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Big E, 11:30. And nobody knows shit. That's the show. All right. This is the show. Hashtag TITS. This is the show. Thank you for joining us. He's Dan Alexander. We call him Newbie at Newbie Talks. He is at Carl Hascall on the Twitter. That's I am Dave Sharapan, the Sportsbook Consigliere on Twitter, at SportsBK Consig. The show is at Cash Consid Show on the Twitter. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for subscribing on the YouTube. We're getting to be going to be a nickel. We're going to be a nickel before the end of the year. That's a little personal goal. Tell someone about the show. Watch it for 30 minutes. If you like it, just hit the subscribe button. We'll talk to you guys next week.